Caden, we finished our mental training, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the physical aspect. Right here, what I've got going is a camera. You'll forget it's there here in 2 or 3 minutes, right? The reason that we film these things is, like I told Dalton the other day, told your brother this morning, sometimes you don't know your hair's messed up till you look in the mirror, right? Same thing with wrestling. Sometimes you don't know you got a bad stance, or sometimes you don't know that you're doing something wrong until you sit down and watch your camera. So I want to try to do the majority of the work that you do right about here where I'm sitting right in the middle of that circle. Try to stay in that area so you can actually watch yourself. When I was filming Caden this morning, my camera ran out of storage space, so I cleared that off at launch, so we should be good. We should be able to roll this all the way through. What I will do is I will put your lesson up on the line. I should have that done by tomorrow. So that way you can go through and you can watch and see any mistakes that you made or things that you need to correct, and you can see what you actually look like when you wrestle. Okay? You will see that your lesson, the first one for everybody, is pretty similar. We'll work on some basic stuff. So if you watch Connor's tape, his tape is going to be pretty similar to yours today. That will change. Okay? When I have a chance to go home and watch this tape, see what you're good at, see what we need to work on. The next time, your lesson is going to be different from Dalton's lesson is going to be different from Connor's, blah, blah, blah. Dalton, since you had your lesson the other day, you're kind of here as a practice partner today. So he's going to get most of the repetitions. You're kind of his wrestling buddy today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And when we do this thing, we're not going to spend time doing jog and warm up and all that because I've only got an hour on the mat with you. I want to spend it actually working on wrestling stuff, right? So if you need to stretch, I can do that on your own before you come in. All right, first thing we're going to work on, we're going to drill with Connor this morning. It's just a quick foot drill. I'm seeing tape of you, and I've seen you wrestle in a couple tournaments. I want to work on the same thing with you that I'm working on with Connor. We'll probably have to go a little bit slower pace since Connor's been doing this for a little while longer. But I want to work on your athleticism on your feet, get you a little quicker up here. Because if you can have, or do you remember what I told you the other day? What are the 2 things that you have to have? And if you have these 2 things, you'll never lose a match. Unstoppable escape, unstoppable takedown. If you have those 2 things, you'll never lose, right? Pinning people's great. It's fun if we can pin people, but that's just extra whipped cream on the pie, right? If you, like say a match starts in a 0-0, you've got your unstoppable takedown. You take him down, the score's what? 2-0. If you can't turn him, he gets away, now what's the score? 2-1, right? You're at 2-1. You still got your unstoppable takedown. Now the score is 4-1, right? And then into the first period, say he decides, well, I'm not going to take this guy down, I'll try to pin him. So he goes on top. In the first period, it's 4-1. Beginning of the second period, you've got your unstoppable escape, you get your escape, now it's 5-1. Then you get your unstoppable takedown, now it's 7-1. See how it works? If you can't be stopped from escaping on the bottom, and you can't be stopped on your feet, you can't lose a match, right? So the way that we get that unstoppable takedown is we got to figure out a way to create good shot angles. And the way you create the best shot angles is by being the more athletic wrestler on your feet. So that's what we're going to work on right now. We're going to do some stance and motion drills. And we're going to stance and motion. Remember, we always want to keep 3 things in mind. Let me ask you and see if you remember which one. I always say, keep your alignment, keep your... Oh, you're close. There are a few things that we want to do. Yeah, you got to keep your chest out, your back straight. You're on the right track. Yep, eyes up, chest out, back straight. And what does it say on my shirt? Kate, can you tell what my shirt says? On the front. Can you see it? No, you can't see it, right? Okay. I always tell people, hide what's on your shirt. Okay? Because if I can see what's on your shirt, then you're standing too high. And if you're standing too high, in order to shoot a takedown, you've got to drop your hips all the way down and come down to here, right? But if I hide what's on my shirt right here and shoot a takedown, that's all the further down I have to go, right? So you always want to hide what's on your shirt. You also want to keep a nice flat back to where I can put my Gatorade or whatever on your back and it won't fall off. Okay? We have what we call sugar foot. So one foot's going to be in front of the other just a little bit. Actually, let me see your stance real quick. Just go ahead and hop into the stance. Right there. See how you got one elbow kind of back here? Let's keep those elbows both in front of you. Good. Keep your elbows in. That's where you want to be. Good. If you got your elbows out, get that elbow back out where it was. Yeah, if it's right there, real easy for me to get underneath it, right? If your elbows are in tight, it becomes a lot tougher for you to do that. Okay, I can still see what's on your shirt, so you want to get your chest down a little bit further. But a good way to check yourself, when you get to your stance, can you touch the ground? Okay? So if I'm on my stance right here, can I touch the ground without bringing over? If you can, then you're probably in a good stance. But what you don't want to do is you wrestle. Can I touch the ground? Yep. That's not what we want to do, right? If I say, can you touch the ground, you should freeze and be able to reach down and touch it right here. And this part of your shoe, right here, there's extra padding, there's extra rubber up here on the side. Why do you think that is? Yep, that's where you're going to keep all your body weight. You don't want to wrestle with the weight on your heels, right? We don't want to be pulling the plow. You know what I mean when I say pulling the plow? You see the old time farmers, they hook up a plow to the horse, and the horse just through the field. You know, we don't want to be pulling the plow. We want to keep our weight on the balls of our feet so we can move and be athletic on our feet. So go ahead and get your stance one more time. Ready, stance. And hold it. See how good our stance is here. Keep your chest out. Now, this is a good time for you to look on when you watch this on film. You can see that your back's nice and flat. You don't have any hump in your back. I can set that bottle on your back and it doesn't fall off. Okay. Now, the trick is you can hold this, right? Can you wrestle here? Okay. That's the trick. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to wrestle with the bottle on your back, but that's the level where you need to be when you wrestle. Okay? A lot of guys, yeah, they can do a stance when nobody's in front of them. They can even do a stance when they're squared up with a partner and they shake hands. But then the whistle blows and they break their stance and they come up. Stance is the most important thing if you're going to earn a lot of takedowns on your feet. If you're going to get down and stop the takedown. So we're going to start with moving our stance a little bit. I'm going to get you to bounce, get all boosted out. Now I want you, when I say stance, face me, and this is great for you too. You can get some more reps in. Stance and face me, and then we're going to do kind of like that drill that you did with Coach Fitzmeyer today. You know how you had your point and you run that way, backwards, forward. We're going to do the same thing, but now you're going to do it in a wrestling stance. Okay? And you're not allowed to look at me. Okay? So how are you going to know which way I'm pointing? Yep, use that peripheral vision, corner of your eye. You know why we do that in wrestling, why we train our peripheral vision? It's because when I'm in a stance, what part of your body should I be watching? I want to watch your belt buckle right here. Because if I'm watching your belt buckle, like if I watch your head or your eyes, I can fake you out with my head. If you watch my hands, I can move my hands all over. I can't move my belt buckle, right? At the highest level, if you're going to shoot a takedown, you have to drop your hips. And so once those hips drop, once that belt buckle drops, that's when you know to sprawl, right? So don't ever watch somebody's head or their chest. Watch your belt buckle, watch your hips, okay? So your eyes are pointing straight forward. Use your peripheral vision because in a match, while you're watching his hips, he's going to be reaching for your head, he's going to be reaching for your legs, and you can see that out of the corner of your eye. Okay, ready? Bounce it out, get a loop. Ready? And stance. Good stance. Elbows in. Now, turn and face this way. Same stance, turn and face this way. Okay, now, freeze, don't move. Now, when you watch your film tonight, look and see how flat your back is from right here. Because right now, I couldn't stack that water bottle on there, it would fall off. Because you're at about a 45-degree angle. I was on your shirt, but go a little further. There you go, right there. That's where we need to be, always, right? Okay, stand up, left, good. Now, we'll see if we can bounce down. And the reason we bounce around is because sometimes you hit a stand up, you get away, and you turn around and you got to bounce right back into your stance, right? So that's why we always go from a bounce. Here we go, ready, bounce it out, bounce, there we go, stance. There we go, now we're ready. All right, let's move. Elbows in, bounce up. Not bad, not bad. Anyone who's crossing your feet? You're all right, you're all right, you're all right. Oh, freeze. Now, did you see how I said freeze and you kind of went, you only had to come up a couple of inches. When you move backwards in your stance, you still got to stay in your stance. Now, when I move backwards in my stance, it's a lot harder, right? So I'm not going to be able to go as fast. You can go side to side almost at a running speed. Going backwards is tough, okay? So just slow it down a little bit. When you go backwards, stay in your stance here, and just nice and easy moving back, right? Okay. So again, go bounce out, bounce out, bounce out, bounce out. Ready? Stance. Stance is nice, front backs. Good. Ready? Push. on your shirt. You gotta slow down a little bit, that's fine. Don't have to go real fast. Hide your shirt. Back towards me, back towards me. Right. Left. Left. You want your keep those touch your ears. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You're getting the rainbow, you're getting the hunchback. Keep going. There we go. Come back. Come back. To your right. To your right. Flatten that back out. Stick your chest out. There we go. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep that back nice and flat. Down. Okay, stand up. Now, when you start going down that way, why do you think you came up a little bit higher in the back circle arch a little bit? Idea? Your legs start to get tired? Yeah. Your lower back starts to get a little tired? When your legs get tired and your lower back gets tired, you start to break your stance. You start to stand up a little bit. Because it's easier, right? Again, it's much easier for me to stand here like this than it is for me to stand here like this. Just like it's easier for me to stand in a 3/4 stance than it is for me to stand in a regular stance right down here. So what you got to do is you got to concentrate on always, always, always thinking, do my legs hurt? If not, probably not low enough. You know what I mean? Okay? If you're thinking, yeah, I'm not feeling too tired yet, it's probably because you're not in a great stance. Until we get to high school, we get in really good shape, right? Okay, so what we're going to work on right now, same thing. So we're working on some quick feet right now. So what I want you to do, you're going to start right here in the middle of the circle, okay? And you're going to start with the rest of the stance. You're going to put one foot in, put one foot out. Put one foot in, put one foot out. One foot in, one foot out, one foot in, one foot out. And the reason why would we do this? In the rest of the match, when would you ever step forward here? Yeah, when you shoot. Every time you shoot, you step forward, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to stay in a good stance. I want you to do it right before you do it fast. Okay, so don't try to go too fast. Stay right here. So just put in, put out, put in, put out, put in, put out. And you see how I'm changing my level when I go? I go foot in, I'm changing my level, I'm dropping down, coming back up. Put in, put out, put in, put out. And I'm going to go all the way around until I get to right here. When I get to 12 o'clock, I'll turn it back around, go back to 6 o'clock. Makes sense? So that way you're going both ways. Now, when I'm going this way, I want my left foot in front. Show me your stance again real quick. You right-handed? Yeah. Okay. You line up like most people do. Most people that are right-handed put their right foot forward. Okay? So it's going to be a little uncomfortable for you. When you get to right here, you have to switch your stance. If you go left foot in front, you go left foot in, foot out. Right foot in, right foot out. Left foot in, left foot out. But we need to be able to wrestle on both sides, right? So we got one stance on both sides. Okay, step down there. Face me. And actually just face the middle. I'll watch you come back here. Ready? And go. Right foot in, right foot out. Okay, I'm going to stop you for a second. Okay. Concentrate on chest out, right? If your chest is out, then your back's going to be flat. If your chest is in, your elbows and the shoulders are hunched forward, you're going to have a rainbow back. You want that, right? Chest out, eyes up, level change. So I'm here, level change, level change. Drop those hips down, right? There we go. There we go. There it is. Good. That was real good. Good. We're getting better, brother. Good. Elbows in, flat back, flat back. Keep that flat back. Okay, now go back the other direction. I don't know if I can figure out how to flip this thing. Change your level when you go in. Good. It's a little tougher that way, isn't it? Okay. Rest your legs for a second. Oh, and anytime you guys need to grab water or anything, since there's only two of us, just go over, grab a quick drink, come on back. Okay. All right, we're going to go one more time. That time you did a great job on the way down. On the way back, you started to break your stance.